So we're going to look at this bearing problem. And the thing about bearing problems is they're not, what are they really? What are bearing problems really? Triangles, all about triangles, correct? Every bearing is either a straight line, which we don't need to do with angles, or we can break it up into a horizontal and a vertical component. Sweet? So every bearing you will ever get, you can break up into an east-west component and a north-south component. And then all you do is you add up the parts of those components. This one here, we've got two sections of the walk. What are the sections of his walk? Describe, Mikey, what is going on in this walk here. Describe what's going on with Bob's walk.
He's walked 3 kilometres.
3 kilometres, which way?
270.
Which is about where? Approximately that?
Like, southwest.
About southwest, correct? So he's walked about southwest for 3 kilometres and he's done what?
Walked directly south.
To walk directly south for a kilometre. So always have a mental image in your mind about where you want to, what's going on. Then after that, what should we always do with problem solving? Always a good idea is to draw a diagram. Draw what it looks like and then break it up into manageable sections. So when I look at this, I break this up into 2 sections, the first part of the walk and the second part of the walk. And the first part of the walk, I just want to find out how far south he's walked and how far west he's walked. You good with that? I use trig or Pythag? Trig. Why do I use trig? Because I know an angle. If I know an angle, anytime I'm dealing with an angle, I'm using trig, correct? How did I get 37 degrees? Because it doesn't say 37 degrees in the question. 217 take away 180, which gives me my 37 degrees. I break it up into east, west and south. Or sorry, west and south. So he's travelled 1.8 kilometres west and 2.4 kilometres south, which means in total he has walked, because at this point here, he's walked 2.4 kilometres south and 1.8 kilometres west. And the first question is, how far south has Bob walked?
Two.
2.4 plus 1. So Bob's south direction, we can just call that S. 1 kilometre plus 2.4 kilometres, 3.4 kilometres. What should I finish with? Should I just leave it like that? Word problem, I should have a worded response, correct? So I'd write Bob's walk. Kilometres south. Now to this time, I need to redraw my diagram. I'm not breaking it up into parts anymore. I want to represent this, so that's A. But B, I need to represent it, instead of doing it, I'll do it in the purple first. Instead of representing it like this, I just want to represent it with one triangle. This is my final point here, correct? That's where he finishes up. This is where he started. I want you to make a triangle between those 2 points. Is it currently a triangle or not? I need to rub this line out and replace it with what? A straight line.
So you have to draw multiple diagrams.
I would.
What
Just
did
make
you
it
tell
tell
me?
you. Up to you. Do I know this length here? What's that length? If I draw a straight line. 3.4. Do I know this length? It is? Can I find out this length? I won't call it X, I'll call it something different. What do you want to call it?
C.
C. Call it C. Good idea. Can I find that out?
Yes.
Using
Pythag.
Pythagoras, because I've got 2 known sides and 1 unknown side. This is easy because they're already in the right spot. I don't need to do any rearranging. I just need a calculator. C equals the square root of what? Tell me someone got this far. 14.8. C equals 3.84. What should we always see from our hypotenuse? What's a good quick check? What's the hypotenuse? It's always the longer side. So I just checked to make sure that it's bigger than those two. Is it bigger than those two? Seems reasonable. So I would then write Bob is 3.8 kilometres from his origin. What would I do now? I need to find out his bearing from his start point to his final point. So which part of the triangle am I looking for? Surely someone can tell me what's a bearing. Is it a length? Is it a length? How do we measure bearings? It's an angle, correct? That gives you a hint, doesn't it? So we want the bearing. What angle do you think tells us his bearing from his start to his finish? The top one. I want this angle here, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will that give me my final answer?
Yeah. Oh, and you add 100.
Then I add 180, and that's my true bearing, correct? I'll let you go with that for a bit, and I'll take away all your thunder. Good.